Hello, it's Brickbros UK, and in this video we are sharing our top 10 LEGO Star Wars original trilogy sets we feel should make a comeback. Because over the years LEGO have made hundreds of great original trilogy sets, and to be honest they're the most popular Star Wars sets because the movies rule. But we feel some scenes and builds have been made into sets too many times, whilst other cool scenes and creations have only ever been made into a set once. And some examples of these sets that have made a comeback would be the bigger and better 2014 Mos Eisley's Cantina, which followed on from its 2004 version. There's also been numerous Millennium Falcons and lots of Hoth sets like this year's Assault on Hoth and HOVERTANK, and the droid escape pod must have been going on 3 different versions by now, and how many different times can those droids escape? And we love all of these sets but feel our top 10 set choices deserve a new or updated version of the set, so fans that missed out first time around can get another shot at buying it. So without stalling any longer, these are the Brickbros UK's LEGO Star Wars original trilogy sets that should make a comeback. And starting off at number 10, it's the Twin Pod Cloud Car 7119, which has only ever been made once back in 2002. And it's the red cloud car from Bespin that escorts the Millennium Falcon to land. And as you can see from its original design, it's definitely due a redesign and it probably should be bigger. And it also came with Lobot Lando's second in command, so we would change it by having a Bespin pilot and make it a bit like the Skyhopper set with the Cloud Car and one pilot. But it could potentially be part of a larger Cloud City set, like a Cloud City landing bay with a landing bay, some guards and the Cloud Car, but either way it would be cool to see a set with the upgraded version of the Cloud Car, just because it's got such a unique design. And at number 9 it's the TIE Bomber 4479, and like the Cloud Car set, this was made a while back in 2003, and with all the different TIE Fighter sets you could get over the years, it's surprising how they've only ever made a TIE Bomber for minifigures once, even though it features in the asteroid field in The Empire Strikes Back. And we've always loved its design with the cockpit and second part without the window piece, but it could do with a redesign and colour change in places, because those blue pieces LEGO used to put on TIE Fighters doesn't feature anymore, and it was an odd colour choice that really doesn't work. And with all the newly printed TIE pilots, they could make a good set with a new pilot, the bomber, and maybe a maintenance engineer with crates. And if you have lots of TIE fighters, it might be nice to get a new and different version, and we feel the bomber is long overdue in a set again. And moving on, at number 8 is the 2003's Jabbas Message Set 4473. And as you can see, this was a small simple set from the beginning of Return of the Jedi, but it's only been made once and it was a good set for getting R2-D2, C-3PO and Bib Fortuna in a small set if you didn't want to buy the whole Jabbas Palace. And overall we like the whole scene of the set with the droids entering Jabbas Palace gate, so we keep the gate build but make it bigger with the moving robot eye and possibly add a feature so it can open and close. And we'd keep R2-D2 and C-3PO and replace Bib Fortuna with a Gamorrean guard or 2 and have a small inside build as well, and it could be more like a £20 set like the carbon freezing chamber we've seen this year, and it's another movie scene we feel deserves another set. And sticking with the Jabbas Palace theme at number 7, it's the Rancor Pit 75005, and you might think this is an odd choice because it's quite a new set releasing in 2013. However, there is logic in our choice because it's the only time LEGO have ever made a Rancor monster, and we don't want to wait years to see another one. And the original set included the Rancor, Luke, Gamorrean guard and the Rancor owner, and the gate build and pit could connect underneath Jabbas Palace if you bought that set as well, which was quite a cool feature for expanding play. But we personally feel a smaller set with the Rancor would suit fans more who only want the monster. So you could have a smaller set with the same Rancor, Luke and a skeleton, and a small gate build with rock hole where Luke hides, just to make it cheaper but also more widely available for fans. And we really hope we don't have to wait 10 years for another Rancor set, because this would be tragic as we love the movie scene. Moving on at number 6, it's Gold Leader's Y-Wing Starfighter 9495, and this is another fairly recent set releasing in 2012. And we liked it because it came with Gold Leader, who features a lot in the New Hope Death Star battle and sadly dies. And in our opinion, Y-Wings don't seem to feature in sets much anymore, unlike X-Wings, even though LEGO earlier in the Star Wars theme made a lot of Y-Wings continuously, so maybe they just got bored of making them. And as you can see, the set also came with Leia, oddly with a different hairstyle and cape, which we think is from the medal ceremony, and of course there's an astromech droid as well. And for a new Y-Wing set, we'd love to see a Y-Wing with gold leader and his astromech droid, and maybe a maintenance guy with vehicle instead of Leia, who could just have her own medal ceremony set instead. And our wish might have already been granted because rumours are we will see a Y-Wing set in 2017, which will be great to see. And at 5, it's the Battle of Endor 8038, which was a big playset that released in 2009. And it would be fantastic to see another big Endor bunker set like this one, and we'd probably keep it quite similar with the Ewok glider, scout speeders, rebel Endor troopers, and a redesigned AT-ST with Chewie, perhaps like the recent Rogue One set. We'd also add in lots of stormtroopers and a few Imperial officers, more QT walks, and keep Han Solo and Leia in her Endor outfit, but more like the Shuttle Tidarium version. And instead of just having R2-D2, we'd have both him and C-3PO so fans can recreate the battle scenes. And for the build, we'd create a larger bunker with bigger inside, and we'd make some of those large trees for the terrain and some catapults. And we feel as a UCS set or large play set, the Battle of Endor would be a popular set fans would love to see make a comeback. And following on at number 4, it's Tantive 4 10198, and this came out in 2009, and even though the ship features in the most famous opening Star Wars scene, they've only ever made one minifigure version. And it was designed and built well and came with Princess Leia, R2-D2, C-3PO, Captain Antilles, the guy who Vader strangles, and a Rebel Scout Trooper. And the minifigure lineup's pretty good, so we'd keep it the same and maybe add in extra Scout Troopers, and for the ship itself we'd love to see a bigger inside with the door that blasts open, and then if they added in some Stormtroopers with Darth Vader too, it would add to play and display value, so you could recreate the battle on the ship's inside. And it might be more expensive if they upgraded it, but it would be a highly collectible set, and it's a shame really it's not been made more than once, so let's hope we see it in a set again soon. And now at number 3 we picked the Imperial Landing Craft 7659, and this was released back in 2007. And the craft has only ever featured in this set, and this might be due to it briefly appearing in the background in A New Hope, when the Stormtroopers find tracks in the sand. But it has recently appeared in Star Wars Rebels, the TV series, and we thought they could improve upon the original set by updating its design and adding in some more sand troopers and maybe one on a dewback. And this would recreate that whole droid search scene nicely, and it's a different Imperial craft that deserves to be in a set once again. And at number 2, it's the XWing Fighter on Dagobah set 4502, and this is an old set which released in 2004. But it's unique and really cool because unlike most X-Wing set, it didn't just include the fighter because you pretty much get the whole Empire Strikes Back Dagobah scene, and it included Yoda's hut, swamp plants attached to Luke's X-Wing, the X-Wing of course, and you got the exclusive Dagobah Luke with green vest, which only ever came in this set. And you got R2-D2 and Yoda. And we feel a similar updated version would be well received by fans, and we'd keep the same Luke, but of course change his yellow skin colour. We'd also add in his X-Wing with R2-D2, but we might attach more swamp plants to the X-Wing. We'd also have Yoda and maybe create a backpack so he can hang onto Luke's back. And we'd keep his cool hut and make it open out for play inside, and make an extra swamp training area for Luke, with trees and maybe some vine swings. So we wouldn't change much, but instead update it because the original set captured the main scene so well, and it deserves a second chance. And finally we have our number 1 choice, and at number 1 it just had to be Cloud City 10123, and this is another old set that released in 2003. And it's a very rare set now because it's the only time LEGO have ever made Cloud City. And it was quite a forward-thinking set because the Boba Fett had printing on his arms, and that's only really started to become regular on minifigures in the last few years. You also got Cloud City Lando, which is the only time they've ever made him, along with Cloud City Luke and Leia. And the other minifigures included Vader, a Stormtrooper, and Han. And the build included the Vader and Luke dual area, the meeting table where Vader sets a trap, and the carbon freezing chamber. And overall it was a good set for its time, and we'd love to see another upgraded set like it because Cloud City is one of our favourite locations from the original trilogy with the best battle scenes. And we thought if they did make a new set it wouldn't need to include the carbon freezing chamber because you could just add on this year's carbon freezing chamber set instead. but we would keep the meeting room with Vader and upgrade its interior with extra corridors you see in the movie, and perhaps create a better duel area with landing platform as well. And we'd keep the same minifigure lineup but include Chewbacca with a net for a broken up C-3PO as a unique extra. We'd also include R2-D2, more Stormtroopers, Bespin guards, and Lobot, Lando's right-hand man, who has the light-up ear things. And if they made a new Cloud City set like that, it would be awesome and could be a great UCS set as well. And now when you look back at the old version, it is dated, but it's still pretty cool considering how old it is, and we'd love new fans to be able to enjoy Cloud City again in LEGO because it's such a popular movie scene. And we all deserve another Cloud City set, and that's why we picked it as our #1 set that should make a comeback. And that's Brickbros UK's top 10 LEGO Star Wars original trilogy sets that we feel should make a comeback. And hopefully we've shown you some cool Star Wars sets you've never seen before or would love to see being remade. And we'd love to know what your thoughts are on our top 10 sets we picked by leaving a comment below. Hope you enjoyed a Brickbros UK top 10 video, and don't forget to check out our channel for more LEGO Star Wars videos, or check out these videos now and like, comment and subscribe to Brickbros UK.